Hey friends, so welcome to DBC Inc. Live. We have Jay Billy in the house. Welcome, Jay.
Hey, good to see you, Tara. How are
So
things?
excited. So excited to have you here. We're going to let him chat and tell us all kinds of great stuff in a few minutes. But before we get there, I want you to tell us who you are and where you're from and what you do over in the comment section. And remind you that every single comment over in the comment section, either in the live or in the playback, are eligible to win a free Lead with Culture book by Jay Billy. So you don't want to miss out on this. You're going to love what we're talking about today when we're talking about some fun things to do at the end of the year. So definitely stick around. But before that, we want to hear a little bit about who you are, what you do, and maybe share something. What can they share something about? What's a good question we can ask them, Jay?
Oh, wow. Let's say, let's, w- um,
Put you on the
wow.
spot.
What they like to do for fun in school? Yeah.
Oh, there you go. What do you like to do for fun in school? I like anything that involves dancing. I think it's
You-
just so fun when little kids are like, especially in elementary schools, like if they're dancing and singing and anything like that, music and movement, that's like game on. I love that. But
Yeah.
Jay, what do you like to do first? And then we'll get you to introduce and tell us a little bit about
Well, again, first of all, I feel like if the adults are having fun, um, then they like being there, first of all,
it.
and it's I think it's one of the best things is for the kids to see the adults having fun.
Yeah.
So I like again, you've been there, so we wear funny hats, we do funny things. I play music a lot of times, dancing and singing. I'm having fun doing that. I hope I'm entertaining the kids. And like I said, I want everything to be upbeat. I want the kids excited to be walking in the building. But even like during the day, when I see an opportunity, I try to take it to make sure that the kids had fun. Interestingly enough, today we have again, you've been to my school, but we have this little area that's kind of in the middle of our school. You have to go through the building to get to it. It's an outdoor area, but it's in the middle of the building. And every year we have a mama duck comes and has babies there. And today we had the ducks were marching across the thing, and like the kids got to enjoy seeing that. But then we opened the doors and they marched through school out the back door because they can't get out any other way. They have to go through the building, and they
I
follow
love
Mama
it.
Duck through. And it was just like to see the kids cheering and excited to see that. We try to do things. You take advantage of any opportunity, but that was like a joyful moment for us.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. I've never seen ducks marching in school.
It's
Oh,
on
you saw it
Twitter.
on TikTok.
Yep, it's on Twitter. I put it on Twitter and on my Instagram. So yeah, you'll see it.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So, yes, I have been out to Jay's school. I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about who he is. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about who I think he is. He is probably the most fun principal I've ever been witnessed in real life, honestly. And I've been around a lot of principals, but he is out there with silly hats, greeting the kids, and they are pumped. Dave talks about this in Teach Like a Pirate, where kids are running to get in school instead of out. Dave, I can tell you that every single one of Jay Billy's kids are those kids. They are hopping out of their cars, if it's parent pickup, parent drop off, or the buses, it doesn't matter, sprinting to give him hugs and high fives, and always wondering what silly hat or silly glasses he's wearing. And yes, they are running to get in that school for sure. They were even greeting me and they didn't know me. They were just like, hey, welcome to our school.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, I want to live here. They are so much fun. And I know that Jay has done such an outstanding job as a principal, as a leader, beginning as a teacher, right? Did you start as a teacher? I wasn't
Yes,
sure
I
of
did.
that.
Yes, I
I
did.
know, I know
Yep.
he's a principal
Yep.
now,
Yep.
and he does a really great job of it. And he wrote a book about leading with culture, and this dude lives it. Like, I've been a part of that school, two different schools that he's principaled actually, and witnessed the same exact feeling. So I know this is like exactly what he does. It's what he lives and breathes. His teachers love being there. His kids love being there. So Jay, tell us a little bit more about who you are, what you do. Tell us a little bit about your school, and then we'll dive into some fun. Tonight, we're going to be talking about some fun activities that Jay loves to do at the end of the year. So if you're looking for some ways to encourage your group, encourage your school, get everybody excited again, this guy knows some ways, and we're going to share some of those, and hopefully you can take something and apply it even tomorrow if you want. Fun Friday.
Well, yeah, I have a few ideas. Hopefully people like them. So I'm Jay Billy. I'm the proud principal at Ben Franklin Elementary School here in Lawrence Township, New Jersey. And I've been doing this for a really long time. I've been principaling since the year 2000. Wow. And so, yeah, it's been a long time. Before that, I was a vice principal and a supervisor, then a teacher. But yeah, I've been doing this a really long time. I still love what I do every day. I'm proud of I was just walking through classrooms today and yesterday, and just like almost brings tears to my eyes to just see some of the amazing things that my teachers are doing. So, like I said, I still get that feeling. You know, there are days when you're leading that sometimes you get the feeling that it's all paperwork and I have some of those days too. I had about 5 hours of meetings as well today. But like my whole thing is, as Dave put so well in his book, and really Dave inspired me a lot, was, you know, to get those kids running in to school every day, have them excited. You know, you talk about the best day ever, trying to make every day the best day ever for these kids. But in order to do that, it's important that you have staff that, first of all, are willing to take risks and want to do things outside the box, but also are willing to, you know, to do something else to entertain themselves. As I said, I think, you know, adults having fun, there's nothing wrong with adults having fun and having fun at work. They like coming to work more if they know they're going to have fun there. So not every day is fun, but we try to do things. And like I said, when I walk around the school, sometime, you know, you get in those long months of, like, March was a long month where, you know, I got to come up with something for these teachers, because we just need to do something different. Or I remember it was mid-October, and I'm thinking, like, I got to do something. So what did I do? We didn't tell the kids anything, and I sent out an email at the end of the day, and I said, tomorrow's pajama day for the adults. So we had so like all the kids get off the bus the next day, and all the adults are in pajamas, and they were freaking out. They didn't know what to do. They thought they missed something. They thought they missed the announcement, but it was adult pajama day. We had coffee and donuts and stuff in the staff room. But more than that, like, they just could relax and come to work in a fun way. And they loved, you know, like, you know, having the kids come in and ask them, what the heck's going on? You know, how did we miss an announcement or something like that? Because you know how kids love pajama day. But like, it's just simple things like that. You just got to feel it when it's time to do that, you know?
Just changing it up too. Like, just a little change. Kristen's digging it. Yeah, just changing things up, you know, and flipping the script, right? That's what we do that changes it. And Dave talks about this on some of his hooks of the week. We've been adding one of the hooks from his book each week. And a lot of them are like mysterious, like anything that adds a little bit of mystery or it gets kids like, what? I'm not sure about this. Anything like that, it just changes things up a little bit. And they're like, okay, wonder what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah. And like I said, there's something that there's something really cool about seeing the kids see the adults have fun. You know, that, like I said, they, you know, it changes the way school feels to them when the adults are having fun, you know, at school, and it's their work, it's their job, but it's more than a job, obviously. And hopefully for my teachers, you know, it feels like that too. You know, sometimes they need permission to have fun. You know, we all came from, us that are older, came from the thing where, you know, you don't smile till Christmas or whatever like that. But that's no, never. I want them to know this is a cool place to be. And like I said, the adults too. I feel it's important.
They can't wait too. And I love too, Dave. I mean, Dave, Jay. I just was reading Dave's comment. Sorry. I'm trying to do two things at one time. I love too, Jay, that you have like this big, he has a string that stretches all the way across his office, or he did. It has like a jillion hats on it. I mean, just like as a little kid, I'd probably just want to come and see what silly hat my principal is going to have on when I get off the bus each day. Like that alone would probably be enough for me. Just, I wonder what he's going to be wearing. Or they play music out. You guys play music out on this little jukebox thing as they're getting off of the pickup line. And they are just getting out, dancing, strutting their stuff into the building. You guys just do so many cool things. What were some of the other ones? You've done all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, again, I mean, I try to take advantage of whatever's happening. So, like obviously, if it snows, we're going out.
Yes, you guys are great about snow days.
Yeah, if it snows, I have sleds in my office, and the kids know where to find them, and the teachers know where to find them. But I try to instill that in the teachers too. When the newer teachers are asked, is it okay? And I'm like, yes, we're going out. That's what we do. We have some kids that sometimes, their parents don't get to take them to those places. I've personally had the luck of taking a lot of kids on their first sled ride. They've never been on a sled, so it's awesome to get them out there, and they're like, we're allowed to do this. And I'm like, yeah, we're allowed to do this. I mean, but like I said, we take advantage. I have some teachers that are great too, that, they see that first snowflake and they're outside and the kids are trying to catch them in their mouth. What brings more joy than that to a 7-year-old,
Exactly. And there's so much curriculum that can come out of it too. I mean,
it's science, man. That's all science. Yep.
Exactly. Right. Or just even an experience, writing about an experience, doing a flip grid about an experience. Yep. I mean, there's so many ways to incorporate it into whatever we're doing. And so, I know a lot of times people will, sometimes will say, I can't do that kind of stuff. It's all the stuff that I have to cover, all the stuff that I have to teach, the standards, like, it's testing season. No, take it. Like this guy right here takes advantage. Poetry, there we go, Kristen. Yep. So much that can happen with taking advantage of the moment and just letting the kids experience this and then bringing it into the lesson.
Yeah. But like I say, a couple years ago, it was probably about 4 years ago, I was at an ASCD conference, and I got to see Kevin Carroll, who wrote this book called Rules of the Red Rubber Ball. And if you ever see him speak, he's awesome. He's really awesome. But one of the things he shares, like he worked for Nike for a while, and they played a game of tag. 250 or 300 employees out on the front yard of Nike, like playing tag. And Nike has this tag commercial. If you ever look it up on YouTube, it's really, really cool. But it has this tag commercial. So I'm watching this and I'm going like, I'm thinking like, how could I use this at school? How could I do this in my school? So thinking, and so one day, again, it was one of those days, long month, long weeks, you could feel people were starting to drag. I send out an email, the night before, I say 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're playing tag. Okay. You will continue to teach your classes. You will continue to do what you do all day long. And I'm it. I took a, what are they called? Clothespin, wrote it on it. And the first person I saw in the hallway tagged it on them. And then they were it. And it was the most hilarious day, but awesome day of the year. The teacher's saying, when are we going to do that again? Because all day long, you're walking, if you've been to an elementary school, kids walk back and forth down the hall, or Mr. Billy walks in the classroom all day long. And I would walk in the door and you'd see the teacher teaching his class, walk around to the other side of the room slowly. And sooner or later, some of the kids were noticing, what's going on here? Kids are starting to notice, and the teachers are explaining that we're playing tag. And they thought I was it. Or walking down the hall, and teachers would make a right down the hallway where they normally wouldn't because they saw somebody coming the other way and they weren't sure if they were it or not. And it was, like I said, I sent out the rules before. This is what you do. There's no tag backs. The game will end when the last bus pulls out at the end of the day. And teachers are dropping their kids on the bus and heading to the parking lot because they didn't want to be it at the end of the day. So again, I just kind of saw that idea and tried to come up with something fun to do. And I thought, like, the teachers loved it. But like I said, more importantly, that I know the kids went home and told their parents about it because I got emails about it. What was this? What was going on? Not in a bad way. They're like, but they came back and told their kids. So, we try to do stuff like that. I have a few things, but like I said, I'm proud of my teachers for taking it, just taking it seriously and doing it. Like it was a fun day, between 10 and 3:30, everybody was on their toes watching out for it because some of our classrooms have a teacher and 2 assistants in them. Some of our classes, they don't know who's it the whole day.
Yeah.
And they have to work with each other. And we all have to work with each other. You can't just leave for the day. So,
right.
That was the rule. That was the rule. You still do your job. And we had a good time.
I love it. Yeah. And I love the idea of like the kids in line thinking, hurry, let's go right. We have to go right. They might be, like they know. It's so much fun. So much fun.
Well, like I said, that's it. That
when it makes it to the dinner table, you win.
Yep. That's it, so Steve. True. Exactly. Like play is the root of like all innovation, like all creativity and abstract thinking and all that stuff. Play is that, and to keep the adults playing, they create better lessons. They create better ideas for their classrooms. And
they might even get in, like that might become an idea for the next lesson. They're like, man, my kids loved watching us do that so much. Yes. Like maybe we can have something to where,
Well, and again, I'll share a couple of my teachers. One of my teachers has a classroom hamster. She has a little hamster in there. And not just at the elementary school. Thank you, Kristen. Yes. But she had a hamster. So one day, the teacher who's in the room next door, her children have a hamster at home. So, Princess Peach challenged Joey to a race. And so Joey came to school one day. Joey, the hamster, came to school one day. But the kids, they made it into math lessons where they had to measure out the course. They made it into writing lessons where they had to write a story about it. Like they made it into all this stuff. But at the end of the day, Princess Peach and Joey raced and down the hall. We had to block things off because we don't want they were in hamster balls in a hamster ball. And it was hilarious, but it was awesome. And like I said, you should see the writing that came from it and the work that the kids did. So like just giving the teachers the freedom to do that stuff is just so awesome, the things that they come up with.
So fun. And can you imagine like writing from the hamsters, from Princess Peach or Joey's perspective?
Yes.
Like she was coming up on me. Oh my goodness. Kids come up with all kinds of things.
It was all videotaped and on Twitter and on on Instagram too. We have the results. Princess Peach actually got a nice gold medal and a certificate for winning. So we'll see what happens next year. But
she crushed it.
Yes. And again,
girls
it was all the teachers. So,
I love it. I love it so much. Well, guys, this is just a little reminder of that we can have some fun at the end of the year. We can have fun all year long. That's what they do at Jay's school. And I love it so much. And we just want to remind you that there's so many ideas out there. And if you could share them out, I mean, the better we are at collaborating and sharing out on Twitter. If you're doing something fun, Jay is so good about sharing out on his social media, and you can get ideas from him. Of course, we're going to have him share his handle and his website and all of that goodness in just a moment. And one of you is going to win his book, Lead with Culture, which is full of more ideas just like this. So just so many of them. And so you're definitely going to find some great stuff there. But don't be limited by the things even that are just shared. Like, maybe if something's happening in your world right then, how can you take advantage of it, use it, and don't worry about not getting to the standards. Like, you're going to be fine. You're a teacher, you are amazing, you can just tie it all in. But those experiences are like what Kristen said when she was quoting Steve Spangler. That's the stuff that kids go back and tell their parents. They're talking about it at the dinner table, they're remembering it 10 years from now, 40 years from now.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that's really going to stick.
They're not going to remember worksheets or the homework they had. They're going to remember Princess Peach and Joey racing in the hallway.
Yeah, and the math lesson and the writing that came out of it, and how they were, Joey was smack talking her the whole time. Exactly. They're going to remember that. So Jay, on Twitter, you are JBilly2.
Yes.
And I think Dave has put it out here, so we have it on the screen here. Yep. And then your website is.
Well, I don't have a website. I just, my school website. So I don't have a website. Yes. I'm on Instagram. Where am I?
Instagram. Yeah.
JBilly21 on Instagram.
JBilly21 on Instagram. Yes. And then you definitely want to check out his book. Dave has dropped that link over here a couple of times in the comments. It's also above or below this video. Lead with Culture. Check it out. You want this book. Even if you're not a principal, you will find so many great ideas for building up the culture in your classroom or in your school in any way that you lead. So definitely check that out. Yeah.
I don't want to let you leave with like two other things really quick, like just because my staff loves this. So I take a deck of cards and I hide them. You've been in my building, it's pretty big. I hide them throughout the building. And again, I hide them in plain sight. So it's a big building. There's cards stuck, in the corner. You see the corner sticking out here, or on a wall, or inside fire thing or something like that. But they'll see them anyway. I hide a deck of cards, and at the end of the day, the teacher that gives me the best poker hand, I have like a Starbucks certificate or something like that. But all day long, they're trading cards. The teachers once they find them, they're trading cards and say, like, I have threes. Anybody got any threes? I'll give you jacks. Or trying to get the best poker hand. And at the end of the day, I just get, like I said, it's a Starbucks gift certificate or something silly like that.
I love that. That is awesome. I love that so much. And that's easy. I'm like, how much is a deck of cards? Like dollar store? Like,
dollar store.
It doesn't cost much.
Really yeah. And at the end of the day, they have to come show me their hand, and whoever has the best hand of cards. And I just, like I said, first thing in the morning, it's they don't even notice when they're walking in, and then I say, hey guys, just so you know, there's a deck of cards hidden. Best poker hand wins the prize. And literally all day long, that's like they're finding cards, and I'm still finding them now because I forget where I put them. But like the game is over. They've already the full house won. Whoever I came with the full house won. But that, like, that's just something. Or the same thing, the same simple thing, like, where's Waldo? Well, I had a picture of Waldo somewhere in the building. And they have to find them, in the building. And again, it's a $10 thing to $10 gift certificate to Dunkin' Donuts or something like that. It's a simple thing. But again, you have to know your people, know your building, trust them to take risks. But you also have to feel it when they're feeling pressure, they're feeling overwhelmed, and that's when you have to find those times to just free them. You don't have to get a $10 Dunkin' Donuts. You can give, you can just cover class for a period. That's a big win for anybody. And a little goes a long way, and people get excited about it. I love the deck of cards thing, though. That sounds so fun. Yeah. We have a surprise guest. I see.
Hi.
You had warned me.
She was trying to be quiet. She was trying, Mr. Billy.
I know.
So cute. She's so much fun. But we are so excited about these ideas. Friends, if you try any of these, tag us on Twitter, share pictures, share with each other, because this is how we collaborate. We bring joy to all the different schools across the country. And Jay is so great at always sharing these. So if you're at lack of ideas, go follow him on Twitter, follow him on Instagram, and get some of those added to your school or your classroom. I can see where the deck of cards could easily be added into the classroom. That would be so much fun.
Yeah. And I have to say, and again, some of these things, again, we always talk about the staff meetings and spicing them up, and Rich Chiz does a really good job with a lot of that too. And I try to do fun stuff at staff meetings, but like I said, do it during the day. Like, let the kids see you having fun. Let the kids see the adults, doing fun stuff. I really believe that that's important. And like, it gives the teachers permission to make school fun,
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes they feel like they need permission, and they, when they come working at Ben Franklin, they know that's just a given. It's just a given. Yeah. We want to make it. Yeah, we're making memories. And
if you're ever in his neck of the woods, you should definitely go visit his school. I've had the privilege of doing that.
Again, I'm dragging on too long, but I've done this at middle schools and high schools too. Like,
yes,
you can make school fun. So like, I know I'm in elementary school and but you can make school fun and amazing. And like, just read Dave's book. That. It can be fun, but for the staff too.
Yes, for sure. Always need fun ideas. That's right, Yasina. You're going to love this book, actually, for sure. You will definitely love this book. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Remember, every Thursday we have a free PD. It's usually 20 to 30 minutes. And we have a different guest on each time. And we always give away a free book. So you definitely should join in on the comments. If you're watching this on the playback, don't worry, just join in on the comments and you can be entered to win the free book too. We won't choose until tomorrow night or Saturday anyway. So thank you again, Jay, for joining us, sharing all your wisdom. And we just cannot wait to try some of these things. And looks like Yasina's going to be making some fun learning for her teacher. She's also a principal. So that'll be a lot of fun to see some of these happening out in the wild. And also don't forget our hook of the week. So our hook of the week, I didn't pull up my little form this time. Sorry about that. But it's the opportunistic hook. And it's all about just it's kind of like what Jay was talking about, but maybe even in a more global way. What ways can I incorporate the current events related to this lesson? Current events can be the ducks, walking down the hall, right? It could also be because they have to get out. It could also be some big global things that are happening too. So how do you incorporate these things into your lesson and make it relevant? Because that's the stuff that kids remember. That's what we've been talking about during this lesson, but during this session. But if you want to check out the blog, maybe Dave can drop it over in the comments, or I'll drop it in after we finish up here. And do check it out. If you do try the hook of the week, tag Dave. He is loving seeing all these hooks of the week each week. So keep them coming. Yep. Keep them coming. Thank you, Jay, for joining us. We really appreciate it. We have some chip clip tag will be happening. Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Be sure and tag Jay and let us.
I can't wait to tag me on that. I can't wait to see.
Yes, it'd be so fun. Yes, I love it. I love it so much. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much again. Have a great evening. And Honey says bye. Say bye, Honey. Say bye. Bye, bye, y'all. See you next week.